Oh, okay, so look, I'm cross stitching. I've been working on it for a long time, and I keep talking about how long it takes to cross stitch. It takes a really long time, and then yesterday I went through my cross stitch things, and I found some old cross stitch things I did not find. But I remember something that I completed years ago. When I was in 8th grade, I made this really cute little cross stitch. It's like a Kleenex cozy. It's cute. And what else? I've done a lot of just easy cross stitch, like I designed a heart, which is a magnet on the fridge, and this American flag. It's kind of cool. So, if you're really bored, you can watch me cross stitch for a few minutes. So, how do you cross stitch? It's really simple. First you make your design, and then you just sit there and you poke your needle through the thread, and you bring it up, and you make sure not to nick your fingers, which, by the way, can happen if you're not careful. And it does happen. And sometimes, well, I finally decided to start using a needle that was more blunt on the end, because I was using this needle that was exceedingly sharp. And I think that would be more for like embroidery work, where you want not to make as big of a hole. But with the Aida cloth, it already has holes in it, and I'm almost near the end, so if it makes a slightly bigger puncture hole in the cloth, I'm not going to fuss about it too much. Plus, if it shows too much white, what you can do is you can double stitch. Some people are really precise with their Aida cloth. They only do really precise stitches, but mine was drawn by hand. It's not a counted cross stitch, and I'm doing some freehand stitching. Plus, I've seen a lot of things that are freehand stitch, like quilts. Like some of the most beautiful, exquisite quilts in the world, they have freehand stitching on them. And I think people like panic attack a little too much about. But like I said in the Examiner article the other day and other things, cross stitching does take a long time. It's what you call a budget craft, because you can buy a little thing of cotton embroidery floss for about 30 cents per color, which gives you 25 yards, or you can buy the multi-pack. What I recommend, honestly, is you might start out with a multi-pack, but buy some individual colors as well, because the multi-pack has certain colors that I do not care for. I love bright colors, and I don't want some of the muted brown colors in the multi-packs unless they come with a lot of bright colors. So for me, I would rather buy some of the colors individually and then just replace them as I go. And we'll just continue to cross stitch. And this is, it might seem silly that this is taking a long time, but it truly does. It's not something you can speed through. The other types of cross stitch, which was the plastic canvas mesh that I was showing you a couple of minutes ago, that you can do really fast because they have larger holes, and that's actually a craft that's perfect for kids. Like the Kleenex holder I showed you, I made that when I was in home economics class in 8th grade. They actually used to have classes like that, which people are like, well, if they had classes like that, it would be great. But it wasn't very helpful, actually, because I remember we did crafts the first part of the class, and then we cooked the second part, but it was stuff I kind of already knew, and the teacher didn't really teach us anything. And supposedly we were supposed to be learning all these different skills, but we were just in groups and we had to do it ourselves. So I don't know, like, people are like, well, you need home ec classes. Actually, I think you could just do cooking, artwork, cleaning on your own. I'm not saying you don't need a class in school for it, but I'm skeptical as well, because I think you can learn those skills on your own. And you just keep going and going and going and going at it. And it's more fun as it goes along. You can watch shows and things, because I don't usually watch TV, but I have Netflix again. And what did I find? Oh, I found this Canadian series called Bomb Girls. It's really interesting. I love the 1940s fashion, so that was kind of fun to watch. And I watched a lot of British comedies. I love like Canadian and British comedies because if I want to watch something or read something, I want to read about or watch something about another place. I don't know, it's more interesting and fun. And yeah, so that's the good thing about cross-stitching, things like knitting, cross-stitching. Like, yeah, you have a design that you have to follow. You can't just do the whole thing. But it's like, it's not mindless, but it's not so time, like, consuming that you can't do something else while you're doing it. You could listen to the radio, you could listen to music, or you could just quietly do it. Sometimes I even sit here and I just quietly cross-stitch. And you start thinking about the project when you're near the end, which we keep getting closer to the end, and you're wanting to do more and more of it, and it's exciting. You're like, oh, I can't wait for it to be done. It's really super duper exciting. It gets to this point and you're like, I just can't wait. Okay, so I think you get the idea. You're just cross-stitching. And you can design your own cross stitches. It doesn't have to be Cavi cross stitches. I've said many times this is based on a palm tree that I photographed and then drew on the Aida cloth. And yeah, just have fun with it. There are even free programs online. I can't vouch for how good they are, but you can design cross stitch with some of these free programs on your computer. There's some crafting site that I saw a while back where it said, I think they monetize themselves with advertising, so it's a win-win for them. Like, they get search engine traffic, and they make a little bit of money off their website, and it allows people without having to buy the faux conversion cross-stitch kits. Like, if you didn't want to draw a design on yourself, but you totally could. Like, if you just wanted to do something basic, you could get the Aida cloth and you could draw an American flag design. Draw a cute little snowman, make a heart. You could do so many things. If you don't want to do the big Aida cloth, start with the plastic canvas mesh. You know, just have fun with it. Thanks for watching.